My father called me at 2 a.m. and asked, "Do you remember what you told the police?" I sat up in bed, heart pounding. "What police? What are you talking about?" He was breathing heavy on the other end. 15 years ago, the night your mother disappeared. What exactly did you tell them? My blood went cold. I was 9 years old when my mother vanished. I barely remembered anything from that night. Why are you asking me this now? Because they're reopening the case. He paused. And I need to know if our stories still match. Our stories? Dad, what are you saying? Just answer the question. What did you tell them? I told them the truth. I said I woke up and mom was gone. You said she left in the middle of the night. That's all I knew. Good. He exhaled. That's good. Keep it that way. He hung up before I could ask anything else. I sat in the dark, staring at my phone. My hands were shaking. For 15 years, I believed my mother abandoned us. That's what Dad told me. That's what he told everyone. She was unhappy. She met someone else. She left without saying goodbye. I hated her for it. Spent my whole childhood angry at a woman who supposedly walked out on her family. But that phone call changed everything. The next morning, I drove to my childhood home. Dad was in the kitchen, looking older than I'd ever seen him. When he saw me, his face went pale. "Why did you call me last night?" I demanded. "Keep your voice down." "No. What did you mean about our stories matching? What did you do?" He grabbed my arm and pulled me into the garage. His eyes were wild. "You need to listen to me very carefully. The police found something at the old Miller property. They're digging up the entire field." My stomach dropped. "What does that have to do with Mom?" He didn't answer, just stared at me with this look I'd never seen before. Fear. Pure fear. "Dad, what did you do to her?" "I didn't do anything." His voice cracked. "But they're going to think I did." "Then why are you so scared?" "Because I know who did." The room started spinning. I grabbed the workbench to steady myself. "Who?" "Your grandfather." He said it so quietly I almost didn't hear. "Your grandfather killed your mother, and I helped him bury her." I felt like I was going to throw up. Grandpa died when I was 12. I used to sit on his lap. He taught me how to fish. "You're lying." "I wish I was." Dad sat down on an old paint bucket, head in his hands. "She was going to leave me. Take you with her. She had a lawyer, divorce papers, everything planned. My father found out." He looked up at me with tears in his eyes. "I came home from work that night and found him in the kitchen. Your mother was on the floor. He said it was an accident, that they argued and he pushed her too hard." I was shaking. "And you believed him?" "I didn't have a choice. He was my father. He said we'd both go to prison if anyone found out. So we drove her to the Miller property at 3 a.m. and buried her in the field. The field they're now digging up. My whole life was a lie. Every birthday without her. Every graduation. Every time I cursed her name for abandoning me. She never left. She was murdered by my grandfather and buried by my father. I called the police that afternoon, told them everything my father had confessed. They found her remains 2 days later, exactly where he said she'd be. At the trial, my father kept looking at me from the defendant's table, not with anger, with something worse. Relief. Like he'd been waiting 15 years for someone to finally make him confess. He got 12 years for accessory after the fact and improper disposal of remains. They couldn't prove he helped with the actual murder. I visit my mother's real grave now, the one we gave her after they recovered her body. Last week, I brought flowers and sat there for 2 hours, told her I was sorry for hating her all those years, sorry for believing the lies. Before I left, I placed a photo of 9-year-old me on her headstone, the little boy who thought his mother didn't love him enough to stay.